Hello guys, I'm Spicy Bill. Welcome back to another episode of Gunpla review. So today we'll be looking at the Titans mobile suit known as the Palace Athene and the O. Obviously these are the lead suits from the Titans faction. And yeah, unfortunately these amazing suits were eventually destroyed. With the battle against the Zeta Gundams. The Zeta team, HGUC. But these guys are still very, very formidable. Obviously, first and foremost, I'm still holding on hope that we'll eventually get the Bolinoak Saman, so I can complete the Holy Trinity, the Palace Athene, the Bolinoak Saman, and the O, because those are Poptimus's best creations. The guy who. The very probably the best villain in the entire Gundam franchise, in my personal opinion. That guy is just he is a very formidable villain. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the Palace Athene. All right, really hoping for a Bolinoak Saman at some point, but oh well. So at least we have the Palace Athene and the O. So. Yeah, obviously this is one of their prototype customized mobile suits. There's really nothing else that look like this suit. I think it kind of reminds me sort of of the Gapsley a little bit. But yeah, this is actually a very unique looking mobile suit. Kind of look like something that's from Crossbone Gundam or maybe Victory Gundam. The whole bug-like look. I know it doesn't really help that this thing is in this green color. Makes it look like a mantis. But it's got some really cool weapons. And obviously it's got this very Greek, Amazonian-like shield. That's why it's called the Palace Athene. I think it's kind of based on the goddess Athena, sort of. Obviously it's piloted by a female pilot. And yeah, the shield can be removed and attached, at various mounting points. So we got the shield connector right here, like that. And underneath the shield, we have the beam saber hilts. So that's actually pretty cool. Okay, so we have that. And then we got this very cool looking cannon that you can mount on the forearm. You can switch this around vice versa. Very nice. Yeah, I like the armament on this suit. And not only that, they also got beam cannons on the forearm. So it's got beam cannons on both forearms. So that's definitely very nice touch. This thing is armed to the teeth. And on the back, I know these are, I was going to say funnels, but obviously this is not like a prototype Psychommute mobile suit. So these things are actually anti-ship missiles. Yeah. I'm not gonna make the same mistake. I don't think I made the mistake talking about this in the review the first time I did it. So yeah, I think I got away with that. I might have gotten away with calling these funnels, but I don't know. If you wanted to see the original review, I'll put the link in the video description. So anyway, this suit also got some very nice gimmicks. I think it's kind of carry over from. Kind of like the Hambrabi or the the Gapsley actually. It's got these claws on the feet that you can use to grab enemy mobile suits. Yeah, so I'm probably need to check the wiki on this kit or on the suit later on. It suspiciously reminds me of the Gapsley. I don't know why. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to panel line the bottom. When I first started building Gunpla kits, I never panel lined the feet, because I'm like, well, nobody's going to see it. Well, the thing is, once you put this thing on the action base, yeah, you're going to see like the feet. And it's probably a good idea to just not be lazy and panel line everything. Down here we have an action base connector. This is like one of those rectangular pegs that you have to use the rectangular port. Actually, I'm not gonna remove that. I'm just letting you guys know there's a connector point for the action base. The articulation on this kit is actually pretty nice. Obviously, we got these polycap right here, exposed polycap for this joint right here for the backpack. Obviously, that's like the sign of showing that the kit is actually quite old. I think this kit came out in 2008, 2006, 2008. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's not really that bad. For like a very strange looking mobile suit, articulation is definitely not bad. So obviously we got a hinge right here for the feet. We got a ball joint here. You can see the poly cap right there in there for the feet. You can rotate that kind of. It kind of clashes with the rest of the leg armor. And you can see this part right here, this is not part separation. This is just a giant foil sticker that wraps around that part. So it's very annoying. We do have double jointed knee. You can see that, but it's very limited. Like how do I compare this? Take a look. It's just 90 degrees for double jointed knee. This thing has no transformation gimmick. We also got the points of articulation right here for the side skirt, and these lines are all full of sticker. So this thing is actually very sticker heavy. So yeah, it can get quite annoying, especially on the legs. All these lines are stickers. So they will eventually fail you. So just be aware of that. Oh, I forgot to mention, the toe pieces actually comes down like that. That's how it's supposed to be. I think this is also part of the claw gimmick. Yeah, see, that makes sense. Now we can grab stuff. Okay, so there's that. Kind of messed up on that. We do have a waist articulation, and we also got these bendy power cables that allows it to move while the kit, while you move the waist section right there. Again, the hips are all style ball joint to the polycap. And the head, this is kind of remind me of the design from the more recent, what's that, the DJ. So yeah, this thing moves around like that. And if you move it up, the cable goes up too. It's pretty nice. Unfortunately, you can't adjust the mono eye at all. This thing is just a giant foil sticker. Let's see, we also have butterfly functions for the shoulder, which is really nice. The shoulder armors are independent, so the arm can go perpendicular. We don't have the bicep swivel, but we have the elbow swivel. Single bend at the elbow, ball joint for the hands. You can swap out the hand for beam saber holding hands if you want. Yeah, this I do recommend this kit if you guys are a big fan of Titans. If you watch Zeta Gundam and you like the Titans, I definitely recommend picking up the Palace SE if you can find it. This is definitely a nice kit. Well, aside from the foil stickers are absolutely terrible. Probably I would just recommend masking the parts and just painting them with an airbrush or spray can or whatever. I will eventually do that, but not today. Okay, next off we have one of my favorite kits in the high-grade Universal Sentry line. Obviously, this is Poptimus' final mobile suit. I like all his suits. I like his grunt suits, like the Ghastly, the Hambrabi. Pretty much anything that's designed by Poptimus, I like. Even though he's not, a Xeon guy, but I still consider his suits some of my favorite design in the franchise. So yeah, he's like an evil genius who's just like the way his character interacts with other character, how manipulative and how evil the guy is. It's just he's a really good villain. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at all the gimmicks. I mean, this is a very funky looking suit, and it's very chunky. This is definitely Big Chungus here. So a lot of people want me to compare the O to the Gustav Karl. So you can see right here, yeah, Gustav Karl's got nothing on the O. This guy is sumo, sumo class. Yeah, believe it or not, the Sazabi is actually bigger than the O, but it's not as chunky, as thick. What you might call it. The Sazabi is just a giant, formidable killing machine. While this thing It's also another giant formidable killing machine. It's just not as effective as the Sazabi. I don't think the O has funnels. Yeah, it doesn't have funnels, but it makes up for it with lots of beam cannon. You can see the beam cannons on the skirt. It's also got these hidden sub arms, and it's got a lot of beam sabers. So basically, you have the storage area here for the beam sabers that you can. Well, if I can get it out first. Oh, there we go. I actually made this thing come off. Trying to pull it up. So anyway, we have storage area for the beam saber. This thing is just connect here via these polycap. So it shows that this kit is quite old, and hopefully one day we'll get a revived version of the O, or real grade. A real grade version of the O is probably gonna be just as expensive as the Sazabi. But anyway, we got two more here. Hopefully I can get some of these out. So you can put the the beam saber hilts in these sub arms and attach a beam saber effect. These are actually very unique. These are not the master grade style beam saber effect. These are actually bigger than the master grade style beam saber effects. So that's definitely cool. Obviously it's got the beam rifle right here. Very nice. Part separation is not a full sticker, so that's definitely cool. And let's see what else is there. The articulation on this guy is very limited, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and put the sub arms back in. You can see this is this joint right here is a polycap. Yeah, that's not a good sign. But overall, it's a very nice looking suit. Okay, so we got the beam saber, we got the giant beam rifle. Obviously, it doesn't come with any other stickers, so you're gonna have to buy some water slide decals or have some stickers custom made for this kit if you want some Titans decal on here. Also need to paint some parts for color separation. I think this paint here is kind of wearing. It's probably from storage and stuff like that. Probably have to touch up this kit a little bit. Put a whole bunch of decals on this kit. You need to paint all the thrust supports here. So each and every single one of these green parts are actually are painted details. So it's a lot of work. And also another issue with this kit is that these power cables like to come off, and there's really not much you can do about it. It's just there, so you can, look. It's a very cool looking gimmick, but they can fall out and get lost. So just be very careful of that. You can't glue them in at all. If you glue them in, you're gonna lose this function right here. The whole moving gimmick and stuff like that. But yeah, so anyway, just once again you have to paint the details, so it's a lot of work. But it's worth it if you really like, if you're a big fan of Poptimus and all his very well designed mobile suits. Once again, I never panel line the bottom of the feet. I should start doing that. I'm probably gonna go back and just repanel line the feet on all these kits. Okay, so let's go over the articulation real quick. It's very hindered. So we got a ball joint right here for the feet, so you can rotate that. Got some very nice gimmicks for the power cables. Really not much you can do with the legs. You probably can't even bend them 90 degrees. Yeah, it's less than 90 degrees to be honest with you. The front skirt is individually articulated for that sub-arm gimmick. You can flip up the sub-arm like that, so there's points of articulation right there. The hips are these old style ball joint to the polycap. Articulate the side skirt. Believe it or not, you can actually articulate the back skirt too, but it's really kind of pointless. It's just there, for posability reasons. I can articulate the waist. The waist cannot go all the way around because of the backpack. And let's see, we do have a swing out. Oops, oh, there we go. Parts are starting to come out. We do have a polycap here to emulate that butterfly function. It's a ball joint that goes into that polycap. I think it's a ball. Oh, actually no, it's a straight peg that goes into this polycap, I think. Yeah, there we go. It's a straight peg. Shoulder armor is individually, well, it's actually not independent. The shoulder armor is connected to that peg, so the arm cannot go perpendicular, unfortunately. This is just a hinge right here. We do have the bicep swivel. Let's go ahead and get this thing out of the hand. We do have the bicep swivel here. We have a single bend at the elbow, ball joint for the wrist. And we also got this flap right here for the armor. It's very typical design for bulky mobile suits and stuff like that. Head is on a ball joint. This thing is just basically a straight ball joint. There's no hinge for the neck or anything like that. It's just a single ball joint for the head. And the mono I cannot move because it is nothing more than just a foil sticker. Okay, and this piece kind of came off. Yeah. It's a very nice kit. Definitely not for everybody. I only recommend this kit if you're a big fan of Zeta Gundam and if you're a fan of Optimus, because this thing looks a little bit silly, but again, you know, it's if you like Zeta Gundam, this is definitely something you want to consider getting for your collection. All right, and that is pretty much it for the O and the Palliser thing. Hopefully one day I'm gonna keep these kits until Bandai releases the Bolin Oak Saman, so you know I can have the Holy Trinity. Then at that time I'll do a re-review with all three. It will be glorious. All right, that's pretty much it for this review. I hope you guys find the information helpful. Thanks for watching.